Okay, guys, good morning. It is Friday, January 12th, 2018, 8:39 a 8:40 a.m. now, New York time. And I recorded a video last night on some of the tools that I use to learn how I trade now that I get asked about. And after I posted the video, I realized there was no sound. And so thanks a lot, guys, for telling me that. A bunch of people watched the video, but nobody told me there was no sound. So I deleted the video off YouTube and off Facebook pages, and I'm re-recording it here. So the purpose of the video is because I post these videos on here and on Facebook, and I get questions, messages, and comments within the videos and on Facebook saying, how can you teach me, Elliott Wave, or how do you do Elliott Wave, or how do you use the news, or, and the fact of the matter is, there's no way I can teach you any of that in, some in the comment section of Facebook or in a private message or anything like that. So, and same thing with fundamentals. I mean, I can't really just teach that. So you have to, like anything else, you have to learn it. You have to go and take the time and study it, and then I direct people individually to what I think they should be going to learn and do self-study. In some respects that they might have to pay for, and others there's a lot of free information. And then I said, then come back, and if you have questions or you want to share trading ideas or bounce stuff off of me, or we can talk about stuff. I mean, I'm not an expert either, but I've been doing it for a while, so I can help you then. But I can't just teach somebody just in 5 minutes through through a comment section, like I said. So I thought I would, and I posted a video like this probably a couple of years ago, but instead of going all the way back, I thought it would be a good idea just to make it again and just show you, the resources I used back then and sometimes still use and am still involved with to help me keep learning and getting better. And so I thought I would share that with you guys again. So first of all, let's talk about Elliott Wave first. Okay. So the first thing you should do if you're interested, and there's a lot of stuff online about Elliott Wave. You can do a Google search, and like anything else, you'll find millions of hits. I can't obviously comment on everything that might be out there. There's probably some good stuff. But first thing you should do is go and get this book. This is the Elliott Wave Principle. This is the original Elliott Wave book by Frost and Prechter. This is on Amazon, but you can probably get it in a lot of other places. And the book's a couple hundred pages long, but you don't even have to read the whole book. You read about the first 80 pages, 3 chapters or so, and you will get all the intricacies about Elliott Wave. Now, just a comment about it. This book and the website I'll show you in a second. These guys are Elliott Wave purists, as I call them, meaning they only use Elliott Wave. They don't use fundamentals. They really just use patterns. That's all they do. And so that's what these their theories and this information is based on. And that's fine, but I don't do that. As you guys know, I combine the fundamentals with Elliott Wave, and I think that's a much better way of doing things. But in terms of finding out the basics of what the basic patterns are, the rules and guidelines, and just kind of the whole thing behind Elliott Wave, this is really a must-have that you should keep on your desk and read it and refer back to it and just have it available. Okay, so this is the first tool. Okay, the second tool is if you go to this website. This is Elliott Wave International. This is the official website of Elliott Wave, and these are the same guys that were involved in this book, the same organization. So I think this is a great website. Now, this is not just a Forex website. This is also a this is just Elliott Wave in general, so they talk about stocks and commodities and everything else in here. It's not just Forex. But and some of the stuff on here you have to pay for, and some is free. But this is basically an online version, and again, these are Elliott Wave purists, and that's what they use. Okay, but if you go here and then you click on this Access My EWI, you can create a free account where you can get access to a lot of their free resources. So when you create this and then you go, once you set this up and you log in, this is what you'll see, your My EWI page. And there is, you see there's a lot of stuff here. Now a lot of this stuff here is stocks, and a lot of it you have to pay for under this essential services. So I'm looking right here, you have the Learn the Elliott Wave Principle. This is a 10 lesson text-based tutorial. This is really excellent. And then if you go up in under free resources and you click on Club EWI, this will bring you to all kinds of great stuff here, and most of this is free, including an online version of the book. So I told you about this book. Here it is right here. Alright, it's an online readable version. You can't print it, you can't download it, but you can read it online. So technically you don't need to buy the book unless you like to have a hard copy. Okay, I personally like to have a hard copy. I'm not always on the internet. So but if you don't want to do that and you want to save some more money, here's the book right here. Isn't that a beautiful thing? So ElliottWave.com and the book. Okay, so, and this will really give you a good foundation, and then with this you can go back to the charts and start looking at, you know, patterns and things like that. Okay, so next thing is when it comes to learning the fundamentals. Okay, so this guy right here, in my opinion, is the best fundamental organization out there in terms of learning how to trade with fundamentals. And this is Jarrett Davis. So it's him and his team. It's not just Jarrett. He's got a team of people that are experts too, and they put out a lot of. They do webinars. They do a lot of free events too. They, you know, you'll once you go on their website and create an account or register for the blog and do all that, you'll start getting the emails. So when they have a free webinar or some other type of video, you'll get notified. Now they have a trader training program that, of course, they're always trying to sell, and it's quite expensive. It's about $1,000. It's designed to last 2 to 3 months, but I actually have taken it. It is quite good, and you will learn. And most of it's self-directed, although you have a trading coach that'll be assigned to you to help you. There's real-time stuff and daily reports and things that you'll have access to. So if you really want to immerse yourself in fundamentals and get it from some great people, it's a great thing to do. But of course, like I said, it's not cheap. But you don't really need to do that if you can't afford it. Register for the blog and you'll get a lot of those things, a lot of good information emailed to you whenever they have live webinars, which are really helpful. You can use those and really learn that way. The other thing with Jarrett Davis is go to his YouTube page and subscribe to his YouTube page, because again, what they will do is you'll get anything that they post up here, you'll get notification on. And one of the best things, although they haven't put one out since before the holidays, but I suspect they're going to pick it back up again next week, is every week on Sunday, depending what part of the world you're in, you'll get a notification about a weekly news trading video, strategy video, and this is the one. This just happens to be the week from November 20th. They're about 6 to 10 minutes in length, and what they will do is one of Jarrett's analysts will go to the Forex Factory calendar like this one, and they will pick out some of the key events and just discuss it for a couple of minutes and just kind of give you the fundamental background and what you should be looking for. And again, it's all fundamental based, and that will really help you again start to get tuned into the fundamentals and what's important, what the market's looking at, and all that. And so there's a ton of other videos up here just about Forex trading, about brokers and stop losses, and so it's, if you scroll through here, you can see some of them here. You know, really, there's a lot of these weekly ones that are posted here, but all the stuff on, you know, stop hunting and forex, fundamental trading, take profit strategies, things like that. There's a lot of stuff up here, but the weekly video is really the key. So subscribe to the YouTube channel and check it out, and then check out some of these other videos. They're all pretty short. Doesn't have anything really long up here, so you can get through a lot of them and really pick up some good tidbits, not only on fundamentals but trading in general, especially if you're new to it. Okay, so that's Jared Davis, the website and the YouTube page. Okay, both are important. The last thing is go to this website. This is tradingmastermind.com. This is a guy named Scott Schubert, and he trades the way I do. In fact, this is really where I learned the most in terms of combining the two. Scott trades with Elliott Wave and uses the news calendar and the fundamentals to time entries and exits, and that's what I do. Where I identify a pattern, I'll see the pattern, I'll see a trend, I'll see a correction, and then I'll go to the economic news calendar and say, okay, what news is coming out that might, trigger the end of that correction, or the beginning of a correction, or the end of a trend, or the beginning of a trend. And that's how you kind of really fire yourself on all cylinders, where you're not only begin to learn the patterns, but you can use the fundamentals and the economic calendar to time those moves. Okay, so that's really where it gets powerful. So that's what Scott does, and he's not very well known, but he's been around a long time, and this is his website. And there's a marketing video here, and you can get some information, and you can register. Once you register on the site, you'll start getting his marketing videos sent to you. You may get one a day or every other day. They're really good, and actually he shows a lot of his technique on a lot of these free videos, especially the newer ones that he'll send. So if you take the time to learn Elliott Wave basics, and go to Jared Davis and start learning a little bit about fundamentals, and then you start getting Scott's videos without even subscribing to his course, you can actually learn quite a bit and see what he's doing. So, but if you go just here and you haven't learned anything about fundamentals or Elliott Wave, you're not going to really learn anything earth-shattering, but without subscribing. But if you learn some of this stuff first and then go here, I'm not saying you're going to learn everything without subscribing, but you'll get a pretty good feel for what he's doing. Now, his course you have to pay for. There's nothing free. He's got an online self-directed course, but that's not really the important part. The important piece is he has a live daily trading room that runs the first 2 or 3 hours of the London session, and then the first 2 or 3 hours of the New York session, where he's in there in the trading room showing charts, taking trades live if there are any, and just discussing the patterns, discussing the markets, talking about fundamentals. And there's usually 20 or 30 people in the room, and everybody can ask questions, and you can get on the microphone if you want to talk instead of typing it in. And it's a very open group. Obviously Scott runs it, but it's a very open group, and you'll learn a lot. And so it's $99 a month. You can cancel anytime, and it's very easy to cancel. I've actually joined and left the service a few times, so through my time. But like I said, I don't make any money on this to promote it. I'm just telling you, if you want a good this is what I use. So if you want a good resource, and again, the good thing about his methodology is it combines the best of both, the fundamentals and Elliott Wave. So he's not an Elliott Wave purist, which is good, but he does follow the patterns. So, all right. So, and he also has a YouTube channel. Definitely go to his YouTube channel. You can look it up as Scott Schubert. Subscribe to the channel, and there's all kinds of videos up here from him that you should look. A lot of them are just about Forex trading in general. There's some psychological videos up here, but you can see there's a lot in here just about his methodology. So I would definitely subscribe to his channel. He doesn't post a ton of new stuff in here, so you may have to actually just subscribe, but then just go to the channel and just start watching some of these videos. And especially the stuff that's, you know, a couple of years old or newer. So because some of his stuff up here is older, and but it's still all good. And he's on Facebook and everything too, although I don't really think he posts much up here. So really, you know, the YouTube channel is the best source, I think, and email once you subscribe to his website too. Okay, so that's it, guys. So Jared Davis for fundamentals, ElliottWave.com, and the book for Elliott Wave, Scott Schubert for the best combination of both, to actually put the rubber to the road. And then, of course, once you get going, you're going to use things like Forex Factory for the news calendar, and blogs like Forex Live to get you know, real-time news and information. You know, things that may not even be on the calendar that might just come up, and of course analysis of the releases. So this is a website I have open all the time. In addition to ones like Financial Juice, which is an aggregator site. It's a free news site, real time as well, and they aggregate news from lots of different sites, including Forex Live. So you could use this too. You can customize this site, and I don't know why it's not loading, but Forex Live really is excellent. I really would like to just show you this quick. Okay, here it is. So this is Financial Juice. You register on here for, it's a free subscription. So we register, and then you set it up. You customize it under your account settings about what type of news you want to see. And obviously, I have mine set mostly for Forex, and it grabs news stories from different websites and puts them there. So here's Forex Live. So this story is actually on this page too. Spanish and Dutch said to agree to seek soft Brexit deal. All right, and here it is right here. So this is Forex. This is FX Street, is another good site. So it aggregates news from different financial websites. So it's kind of a one-stop shop. The only disadvantage is sometimes it'll put stuff in here you don't really care about, and you have to scroll through it. But it is good because you'll catch stuff on here from every site, as long as you just set up your settings right under your account settings to make sure you don't get stuff you don't care about. So, and you'll see when you go in to set that up. All right, so that's once you get going. That's what I use: Forex Factory, Forex Live, Financial Juice, FX Street. You know, any of those. So they're all good for fundamental analysis and some technical analysis too. So this is FX Street. But that shows up under the Financial Juice too, in their feed. So, all right. So, anyways, guys, that's it. Hope that was helpful. If you have any questions on any of this stuff up here, let me know. Hope it was helpful. But again, I get asked all the time, so I just thought I'd put a video together, and you take and do what you want with this. If it helps you, great. But you got to put the time in, and you got to start somewhere. So. If you're interested, you know, check it out. And if you have any questions as you go, certainly feel free to ask. And so like the video, share it, comment, post underneath here, and that's it. And I hope everybody has a great weekend, and we will talk to you next week. Thanks.